Hi, friends. Welcome back to me, Vibes with Intuitively D. I don't know if this is going to be posted on TikTok or YouTube, but wherever it's posted, hi, welcome back. Like, follow, share, subscribe. And let's talk about the astrology of July. Very brief overview of what's happening this July. It is going to be quite wonky. And let me just tell you already, I recorded this video already, a 6-minute video, but my technology wasn't turned on, which is very indicative of Mercury entering shadow phase for this Leo rising. So let's talk about what July has to offer. I'm going to give you some dates. So if you have a pen and a paper, please write these dates down and then go look at your natal chart and see where these transits will be happening. July is going to be a month of coming into who you think you want to be in a very slow and unexpected way. There's going to be so many retrogrades going on in July, and then our one of the last outer planets to change signs this year is doing it July 7th. So Uranus moves into Gemini, and if you follow astrology, you probably know this is all the rage, all the hoopla. It's a huge deal, and I'm not going to say that it's not. Honestly, it's a huge deal. Definitely look where Gemini is in your chart. You probably already know because Jupiter was there for a year. So it's moving. And then there's a ton of retrogrades. And then there's a full moon and a new moon and just tons of things for us to revisit, revise, refocus, learn something new, and expect the unexpected, right? So here we go. Let's start off with the July 4th. So July 4th, Venus is moving into Gemini. Very social, very fun, very chatty, very out there and just doing her own thing. Good for socializing, good for making yourself known in your career, good for gathering information on resources. So it's just a really good time. So when Venus enters Gemini, sorry, I have some notes because and that's blinding. You know I need notes, else I'll just venture off. When Venus enters Gemini, she's gonna immediately make a conjunction to Uranus. Uranus will not be in Gemini yet, but it's at the very last degree of Uranus and Taurus, and I know we're all feeling that. So because there's less than a 3-degree orb in between, it's making a conjunction. All right. On Friday, July 4th, Neptune in Aries goes retrograde, and that's going to happen from July 4th to August 1st. You know, some things clear up a little bit. You can kind of check in on the things that have happened as Saturn and Neptune has transited Aries for the last few months and kind of review and revise and get some clarity. On July 7th, this is when Uranus, the planet of liberation, rebellion, the great awakener, electricity, the ruler of Aquarius, moves into the sign of Gemini, where it will be quite comfortable making changes to tons of things Gemini related. All right. And like I mentioned, that is when you'll have this Venus conjunct Uranus. You might meet somebody new and unexpected, get into a social gathering with people that are new and unexpected. But this is just like a big shake up. This could be the masses, this could be people. So let's just be highly aware that there is going to be a big shift this weekend, but also be aware that Uranus will be in Gemini for 7.5, 8 years. So while I say there's going to be change, it might be slow to start or it might be quick to start. It's Uranus. You just really don't know. All we can do is be mutable during this time. All right. Uranus in Gemini is going to immediately sextile Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Fire and air go together real hard, real hard, real hard. So just be aware of that. And then Uranus will also trine Pluto, and these are two harmonious aspects. I don't know how harmonious we think a trine to Pluto is, but if you're really trying to change things, if you're really trying to let things go in a like shocking, liberating kind of way, this weekend, next week is the week to do it. On July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn, and as a Capricorn Sun and a Capricorn Venus, I actually I actually really love this for us. It's at 19 degrees, and so very very grounded, releasing of patterns, like overworking, overdoing it. I'm just going to leave it like that. You know, Capricorn things. July 12th, we have Saturn going retrograde in Aries, and that's going to happen until August the 1st. So, once again, this ending in August the 1st, Leo season. On July 17th, Mercury goes retrograde in Leo until August 1st. Again, what can we say? I'm not gonna do the same old that we hear every single like astrologer in person. Like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. I'm gonna say be mindful, but you cannot stop your life for a retrograde season. What you can do is review. Mercury has been in Leo for quite some time already, or actually, by the time that this happens, maybe like 3 weeks, I think. So you've seen how it's playing out. Is there anything that you need to revise, revisit, review in that house that Mercury of Leo, right? So it's not about like stopping anything, but I would say this could be like leadership, assertiveness, um, any of those aggressiveness, military, any of these Leo like things, kind of like taking a step back. July 22nd, Leo, the sun moves into Leo. So lots of things. Mars opposes the North Node. Mars and Virgo is going to oppose the North Node. So, really, an opportunity to shine a light on where you have been leaning too heavy into Virgo like things and not flowing in a more like ethereal Pisces way, right? July 24th, which is my son's birthday, and a Leo new moon. Love it. I'll be dead in the center of my yoga retreat in beautiful Ireland. And so that's happening. July 30th, Venus moves into Cancer. I think that we all know that's going to be we need that sweetness. Chiron also goes retrograde on that day from July 30th to August 1st. And then on the 31st of July, we have a Mercury Cazimi. The sun in Leo and Mercury will have a conjunction. They will kiss in the sky. So, all in all, I'm going to do videos for all the rising signs. Probably not for each transit, but definitely for the new moon and the full moon in Capricorn. So, look out for that. And if you don't know when they happen to come upon you, you can click the notification. So I'll pop up in your feed wherever you find this video. And I'm excited. Be very aware that change is on the horizon and um, leaning into mutableness, collecting information, then doing something with that information, collecting some more information, then doing something with that information. I think I forgot to mention that when the sun moves into Leo, it's immediately going to oppose Pluto. So if you are a fixed sign, July is a month where there is going to be change and transformation. Take deep breaths, get in this sunshine, and don't feel as if anything has to happen right away. Take some time to listen to your intuition and knowing that a different path doesn't mean you're detouring your final destination. There's many different ways to get to a certain place, right? Yes. I will see you next time. Please let me know where some of these transits are happening in the comments and what are your hopes, wishes, and dreams for July. I would love to hear that as well.